Welcome to the latest of the WebbPaton Rural Updates. My name is Helen Wiltshire, and today I am joined by my colleague Becky Farthing. We're both members of the professional team at WebbPaton. For those of you who have watched our previous video, you will have heard Becky discussing the Countryside Stewardship Scheme and the upcoming changes. She mentioned the widening of the Capital Grant Scheme. We have since received more information on these grants. Becky, please can you give us an update on the Countryside Stewardship Capital Grants available?
The Countryside Stewardship Capital Grant brings together the water quality and hedgerow and boundary grants and expands on a number of capital items previously available to a new total of 67. Some capital items do require the Catchment Sensitive Farming Officer approval, and your land must also be in a Countryside Stewardship High Priority Area for water or air quality, which is shown as the areas red on the screen in front of you. It's a 2-year grant for capital works covering 3 areas: boundaries, trees and orchards, water quality and air quality, and it's all about delivering specific environmental benefits. Other outcomes supported by the scheme include protection against flooding and coastal erosion, maintaining the historic environment, improved landscape character, and climate change adaptation and mitigation.
So the most important question, what funding is available?
So the maximum total amount of funding for any application has increased from £10,000 to £60,000, but there is a limit of £20,000 for each of the 3 groups shown on the screen, and you can only submit 1 application per group for each farm business.
So what dates do farmers need to be aware of for these schemes?
So the Countryside Stewardship Capital Grant Scheme is now open for applications with the 30th of April 2021 deadline. If your application requires the support of the Catchment Sensitive Farming Officer, we must contact them at least 6 weeks prior to your application being submitted, i.e. mid-March at the latest.
So I'm already in a mid-tier Countryside Stewardship Scheme. Can I apply for this grant?
So you cannot normally have land parcels in both a Countryside Stewardship Capital Grant Agreement and another Countryside Stewardship Agreement at the same time. An exception to this is that you can include land parcels in both a Countryside Stewardship Capital Grant Agreement and a Countryside Stewardship Mid-Tier Wildlife Offer Agreement at the same time, provided there is no conflict in the requirements for each agreement. This is because wildlife offer agreements do not include any capital items. Land subject to other existing Countryside Stewardship Agreements is unfortunately not eligible. Land parcels in higher level stewardship are now eligible, providing there's no conflict in the requirements for each agreement. The scheme is competitive and applications could be subject to the assessment of its environmental value. If the scheme is oversubscribed, the RPA are due to publish further details on how they will assess applications and scoring.
So what types of work and items are available under these grants?
So on the following slides, I've picked out a few popular options under each of the following capital grant areas. So to start with, we've got boundaries, trees and orchards. Popular items under here include stone wall restoration, paying £25 per metre, hedgerow laying at £9.40 per metre, planting new hedges at £11.60 per metre, or they pay £390 per gate for wooden field gates. Next, items under water quality include fencing at £4 per metre. You can get paid £62 per metre squared for roofing over your sprayer washdown, manure storage or livestock and gathering area. Also, they will pay to cover over your slurry store and silage store. Also, you can get funding for concrete yard renewal, paying £27.14 per metre squared. And finally, your rainwater goods and guttering, they pay £11.40 per metre. The final group is under air quality, and these options cover automatic slurry scrapers paying £2,760 per passageway or channel, or your low ammonia emission flooring for livestock buildings paying £72 per metre squared. But please do remember, options under air quality and water quality, some do require the support of the Catchment Sensitive Farming Officer and for you to be within a high priority water or air quality area, as per my first slide.
Thank you, Becky. It certainly sounds there are a lot of opportunities out there. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed our latest rural update. Please do keep an eye on our website and social media channels for the latest of our updates. If you would like any further information or help in submitting a capital grant, please do not hesitate to get in touch with any of the team at WebbPaton.